At a cost of $110 million to develop, the VB Commodore was released onto the Australian market in October 1978. It was the biggest gamble a manufacturer had taken in Australia since the first Holden was released in 1948. Commodore was a direct function or response to the fuel crisis of the 1970s, where there was a growing trend amongst car manufacturers to make smaller vehicles. The trend certainly started in the United States. So Commodore went on to replace the much-loved Kingswood. At the time, it was the right car. However, as time would progress, the fuel crisis would avert and Australians' love of larger vehicles would return. As mentioned, Commodore was heavily re-engineered for local conditions. The project involved taking the Opel Senator front and melding it to the existing Opel Record body and then heavily re-engineering it for Australian conditions, which would also facilitate the use of the existing Holden engines, the famed red motor. You could get the 2.86, the 3.36, or the 4.2 or 5 litre V8 motors. Commodore was a huge leap forward when you consider 10 years earlier, in 1968, a HK Holden could be had with drum brakes at the front, 3-speed manual, non-synchro on first, gearbox, rubber floor mats, and the Belmont had no heat unless you optioned it, and no lighter. Here was the Commodore, and base guys at least, you could have a 2.8 litre 6, 4-speed transmission, carpet from wall to wall, and a good handling package. Just shy of 96,000 VB Commodores were manufactured until it was replaced by the VC Commodore in March 1980. I hope you've enjoyed this little short about the VB Commodore. Not much more to be said, but that's it for now.